Hello, my friends. How are you? Welcome back. This is the Book of Jenna, and I am your host, Jenna. And if you just hold on 1 second, I'm going to do a brief commercial because that's how I kind of make money on here for now. So sit tight and then we'll get right to it. All right, my friends, thank you so much for sticking through that commercial. I know it's not my favorite either, but I do appreciate you sitting through that and allowing me to generate a little bit of income so that I can keep bringing you guys this beautiful content. So today I want to talk to you about being authentic. Yep, not fake. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm so exhausted by fake. I'm so burnt out on fake. It's gross. And I don't want to participate anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I want to live my most authentic life. I want to live a life that people can look at and say, you know what? Some of that is ugly AF. And then I want them to look and say, some of that is the most beautiful stuff I've ever seen in my life. And I think that is so important, right? Um, I've had lots of conversations with people lately about just being authentic, showing up in the world as your true self, and allowing yourself to relax, allowing yourself to vocalize what you need to, allowing yourself to be whatever it is that day, right? Some days we are on it, right? And we are riding the wave and we feel incredible. And some days we just don't want to talk to you. And knowing that both polarities is okay. Knowing that it's okay to go out in the world today and not really speak to people, just float through. Don't be rude, obviously, but don't put out more than you need or more than you desire. Tomorrow could be a totally different day. Tomorrow you could be blasting all the music in the best mood, going up to everybody, telling them, have a great day. You are incredible. You can do anything. I believe in you. And both are authentic. It's not fake to one day be up on this cloud and the next day feel more in the middle. That is normal. That's authentic. And in a world where like false positivity is it's just kind of spewed on us, right? Where, oh, every day has to be sunshine and roses. Every day has to be good. You have to find the positive in everything. And while you can find the positive in everything, right? You're also allowed to feel the negative of it. You're allowed to, I don't know, to sit with it, right? You're allowed to say, man, this freaking sucks. That's authentic, you guys. That's being true. You're not being rude, right? You're just saying, like, what I'm going through right now blows. But I know there is good inside of it. I know that while this moment sucks, the whole thing doesn't suck. And I think that that's important to give yourself grace when things aren't going the way you want them to go, when it doesn't feel comfortable, when it feels like everything is just wrong. It may not be, but sometimes it feels that way, right? And so I think allowing your body to feel those emotions is so important, because w- when you have both polarities, when you have light and dark, you the experience is different, right? Because when you have the dark and then it shifts to the light, you realize that I learned so much in the dark that I can share in the light. Um, and I know, like, I'm trying to figure out the words to say this so that I can articulate what what I'm trying to say. You guys, I swear, I love you guys for sticking with me through all of this. Um, but everybody has dark, you guys. Everybody goes through shit, whether they tell you about it or not, whether you see it or not. Everybody goes through it. Some people stay there though, and that's the part that you can't do. And I think that that's really what makes a difference between people who are staying in this old world and people who are shifting into the new world. Um, because once you get in the cave, once you get down in that darkness and you're not allowing yourself to feel it and to move through it, if you allow it to consume you, if you allow it to dictate that victim mentality inside of you, that's when you get stuck. That's when you become your not self. Being down in the dark, being depressed, being sad, being the victim, that's not authentic. That's not authentically you. You are allowing the dark to consume you, and then it becomes you. And then it feels like that's authentically who you are, right? Well, I've been depressed for years. Well, yeah, same, boo. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, me too. And so does like 90% of the population. If you've gone through anything in these last 6 years, we could all be depressed and down and sad and just ugly, right? The the magic, the beautiful gift you have is using that using the stuff that you learned in that dark, in that sad, in that depressed, in that this fucking blows moments, using that to be able to go back towards the light, using that to say, this isn't good. I don't feel good here. I don't enjoy these feelings. I have them, but they're not the feelings that I want all the time. Because being depressed isn't your authentic self. Being sad, being bitter, being frustrated, those are not your authentic moments. Being angry is not you in your authentic moment. You are not living by your design if you are feeling frustrated, bitter, angry. It's just not that's not authentically you. You're allowed to feel those things, and those things are actually light bulb moments for you to say, something is not right here. Something is wrong, and I need to shift. I am saying yes to things that do not light me up. I am showing up in places that make me feel icky. I am I am seeing things that make my skin crawl. Those are signs to get the fuck out of there. Pardon my French, but you all know me by now. I love to use my colorful language because I feel like sometimes we need it because it's that serious. Me telling you to get out of there has no impact, but me telling you to get the fuck out of there makes you go, oh shit. If you are saying yes to things that honestly are a no for you, you are not being authentic. And you're robbing somebody else of the ability to be authentic. You heard? You are robbing people of their opportunity because you think that's what you're supposed to do. Even though your body is telling you abso-freaking-lutely not. Your gut is going to tell you every answer that is authentic. Your brain is going to tell you whatever you want. We've talked about this before, where your brain, you can convince it that anything is okay, but your body knows. Your body holds it. I was reading something this morning that was talking about people who have a defined throat or who have a blocked throat. So if you have a defined throat and you're not using it the way that you are supposed to, like speaking up for yourself, saying yes when you mean it, using it for creative purposes, or if your throat chakra is blocked, you are going to have acid reflux. You are going to have, if I will tell you, for me, I have a very defined throat. If I do not use it properly, I will get a lump in my throat that will not go away. It's all psychological. I know it is because you can't, I mean, I haven't done any tests on it, but it's not there now. But when I don't use my throat in the way that I am supposed to, it feels hard to swallow. It feels like the closing of my throat. I know people who it feels like they are going to vomit all the time because they're not using it the way they're supposed to. And this goes for a lot of things, right? If you are not, the throat is the most specific one, I think, for women because women typically do not speak up. We don't we don't enforce our boundaries. We don't enforce how um we don't even share the things that we see. Not even that we don't enforce, but we aren't sharing our ability to see things that other people cannot. And it affects the body. So if you're noticing things inside of your body, I am going to ask you, where aren't you enforcing your boundaries? Where are do you not feel safe? Where are you not showing up in the way you want? Where are you putting yourself on the back burner? Because that is going to hold in the body. If you've never read The Body Keeps the Score, I highly recommend it. Um because it talks about how our trauma can lead us to be living inauthentically because we aren't letting it go. We're holding on to those emotions. If you have not read The Untethered Soul, I am going to highly recommend it because it talks about letting go, leaving those feelings, leaving those emotions, leaving those the things that are no longer serving us. Yes, I get it. Shit happened to you. Me too. And I don't know a woman it hasn't happened to, you guys. You find me a woman who has not experienced some sort of sexual harassment, sexual assault, being paid less because she's a woman, being overlooked because she is a woman. You find me a woman that hasn't happened to, and I want to meet her. I want to pick her brain. I want to know why. I want to see how she's living because I feel as though we're all in the same boat, you guys. And one thing that really upsets me is mean girl energy in your 30s. Listen, honey, get over it. She didn't do that to you. Not every woman is those girls from high school. Not every woman is your best friend that fucked you over. Not every woman is a coworker who talked behind your back. Those are those are specific instances. Don't treat every woman poorly because a broken woman treated you poorly. That is her, not you. So the mean girl energy has to go. It has to go. We are living in a world where we need each other. And going into 2027, I promise you, you're going to need each other even more. 2027 is going to be about community. It is going to be about rebuilding systems that are broken. And we are going to need all the women to do this because we women are the creative force of the world. You can't have life without us. So when you like shrink yourself anywhere, remember you create life. I don't care if you have kids or not. You create life. You create a home. You create value. We create everything. Give us something and we can multiply it because we are that powerful. And it's really sad because society has shrink our power so much, right? And in native cultures, in a lot of native cultures, the woman is the leader. Yes, they have chiefs, but the oldest woman, she knows more than anyone. And they come to her for that purpose. So society may have this fucked up view of us, but I promise you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what this worldly opinion is of us, because the spiritual opinion of us is high. It's regarded as top tier. You are top tier. So when you go out in this world, carry yourself as top tier. Show up as top tier because that's authentic. That's real. That's powerful. And that's how we lead women into their best selves. That's how we lead our community into its highest power. And I just, authentically, you are everything you're supposed to be, as long as you listen to your body, as long as you listen to what she says. When it's a hell no, it's a hell no. When it's a hell yes, it's a hell yes, and you better do it. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. You might not regret it. Maybe the regret is too much of a strong word. You're going to wish you had. And I know that's probably the same thing as regret, but I don't think so. Because regret is when you carry it. And I don't want you to carry regret. I don't want you to carry these feelings of unfortunateness, right? Because at the end of the day, all paths are the path, right? No matter what path you take, if you are destined to do something, be something, it's going to happen, period. Period. You can avoid all you want. The path is still going to lead you there because that's your calling. And the more we step into our calling, the more we step into our power, the more we step into who we are supposed to be, the more we are going to create the world we want. The more we're going to be able to paint the picture, the more we're going to be able to lead our children, to lead our friends, to lead our husbands, to lead our community. And honestly, you don't have to go to church to have a community. You don't have to go to a building to build an impact. Sometimes building an impact means showing up on social media even though you don't want to. And that's something that I'm struggling with right now, is showing up and being authentic in an inauthentic world. In a world that's fake, in a world that's staged, in a world that's edited to the most perfect idea. It's why I don't edit my podcasts. What you get is what you get, you guys. And I love you for showing up. I love you for being here because I want you to know that you can do it even if you don't always make sense. If everything that comes out of your mouth isn't perfect, you can still do it. Because we need people who are authentic, who make mistakes, who say maybe something that doesn't make sense and then they, reword it so that it does. And that's why I show up the way I do. That's why I am being authentic in an inauthentic world. Um, I was at the grocery store the other day and I was getting meat from the meat department, and this man had the most beautiful freckles on his face. And he was mixed and they were just gorgeous. And there is something about like um mixed people or even dark skinned people who have freckles. I just like it's beautiful to me. And so that's what I told him. I said, I have to tell you, your freckles are so beautiful. And he was like, no one's ever said that to me. And I was like, well, I am so sorry because They are. They're gorgeous. And I just love them. And he's like, I don't look anything like anybody else in my family. And I said, I bet you don't act like them either. And the way he lit up when I said that, like he was honored to not act like them. He was honored to be different. He was grateful that someone recognized it in him. And he said, thank you for being so authentic. Thank you for sharing that with me. And that's what we need right now, you guys. We need to be authentic. When your body says, tell that person something, you guys tell that person something. You're going to get more out of it than they are. I promise you. And the more you show up and say things like that, I will tell you, the more it will show up and people will say things like that to you. The more your world is going to change, the more your cup is going to run over, because we live in such an inauthentic world that when we are authentic, when we are true to who we get those people back. So if you're tired of fake people in your life, it's a reflection of how fake you're being. Take a hard look. I'm going to tell you the scariest thing you can do, but also the bravest thing you can do. The bravest thing, and yet the most terrifying thing you can do, is sit with the parts of yourself you are not proud of and tell her, I love you. Thank you for getting me through the things that I thought were going to kill me. Thank you for protecting me, even if it wasn't pretty. Thank you for showing up, even if it was ugly. I love you. I'm sorry we went through this. I'm so proud of you for being brave. You did the best you could. And truly mean it. Sit down in the mirror, look at yourself, say your name. Jenna, I love you. Jenna, you did your best. Jenna, I'm so proud of you. Jenna, thank you for doing the best you could with the information you had. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life, because those parts of you that you don't want to let out, that you don't want to look at, that you don't want to tell anybody about, they're the ones that keep you hiding. I only say this because your girl's been doing it. It's brave showing up as yourself every day. It's something to be proud of. It's a blessing to be able to love yourself. It's a gift to give yourself the grace that she deserves, because at the end of the day, you guys, we've all made mistakes. We've all done things we're not proud of. We've all done things we would never tell our kids, right? Or our partners. There's lots of things that I have done that I'm not proud of. There's lots of ways I behaved that were disgusting looking back on it. But in that moment, I only knew what I knew. Being authentic means that you accept all of you, even the parts you wish that didn't belong, even the things that you say, if I could change this one thing, everything would change. You can. The change is loving yourself, even if you aren't proud of the action. How many times do we tell our kids, I love you, but I don't love your choice? You can do the same thing to yourself. I love you, but don't make that choice again. And that's okay. You guys, that's okay. I just, the one thing I want you to take away from this episode, the one thing that I think is the most important, is that I forgive you for the mistakes you made. I forgive you for not always being your best self. I forgive you for being a crazy, wild psychopath at times. I forgive you. The world forgives you. You should forgive you too. You did your best. I know you did, because if you hadn't done your best, you would have done it differently. And now you did your best in that moment, which has allowed you to grow. It's allowed you to experience, and it's allowed you to do your best in other situations because now you have more knowledge. Don't regret your experiences. Don't regret the things that you wish you could change. You had to have those moments so that you could be this woman right now. You had to have those moments so that you could help other women have their moments. You had to have those moments because you had to grow. You had to grow as a person. And had you not had those moments, you wouldn't have been able to. You can't have light without dark, my friends. And it's very important that you remember that. You have to have the polarities, yin and yang, right? It's okay. You did your best. And I love you. And I'm proud of you. And I think that you are incredible. And I think that honestly, you can change the world if you just give yourself permission. Show up. Be the woman you wanted to be your whole life, fearlessly. Because who gives a fuck what people think about you? Do you love you? Are you proud of you? Have you done what you said you would do for yourself? If the answer is yes, don't worry about nobody else. If the answer is no, girl, you better get on it because we want to see it. We want to see who you are when you are unapologetically, authentically you. We need you. We need you to be your true self. So quit dimming, quit silencing, use your voice, set your boundaries, stick to them, hold people accountable, hold yourself accountable. You deserve every good thing that you want. And you can have everything you want. Just start being true to you. Live in your authentic self. If you are having issues figuring out what and who your authentic self is, please reach out to me. You can book a call with me and we will go over it and I will tell you exactly who you are. I will challenge you, but I will love you so hard. Book a call. Let's do it. Let's figure out who you are authentically, unapologetically. Sometimes we need support from other women, and that is powerful. Having the support of a woman who sees your value, who loves you, who believes in you, will change your entire life. All right, my friends, I love you. I hope you have the best day. I believe in you. You can do anything you desire. Please be kind to yourself, love yourself, sit with yourself, forgive her. She did her best. Love her. She's doing her best. And don't forget, Untethered Soul, definitely a good one. I forgot the other one I mentioned. Oh, The Body Keeps the Score. Check those books out. And I'd love to hear what you think. Find me on not Facebook. Find me on Instagram, Book of Jenna, and reach out. I would love to hear your thoughts. Much love, my friends. Have a beautiful day.